Welcome back to one and all to Trails of Cold Steel 4. I am the TheDarkSeraph. Last time... I don't remember picking that up, but okay. Saving Alan. Saving Officer Allen. Sounds like it might be a reference to Saving Private Ryan.
This one's tough. Be careful. Let's go. Radical design. Let's go. Orbital Gear EXA, activate!
Look, it's an impressive weapon, but you need a cockpit. You need to protect the actual pilot.
Orbital laser, fire!
Otherwise, it's pointless.
Leave this to me. How does this suit you? This is our chance. It's mine. Good luck! I'm so happy. It's my turn. Here I come. Shadow Stitch! Yes! Ha! Too bad. This is our chance. It's mine. Yes! Light! Shine over us all! Too bad. This is our chance. It's mine. Yes. Black butterflies fluttering in darkness. Gather to me. Leave it to me. Pierce through! Rosetta Arrow! Let's do it! Strike! It's my turn. How does this suit you? Chip! This is our chance. Now, my lady. Good! There! My turn. There! Is everyone okay?
That was fairly easy. Brilliant design.
A strong enemy. Be careful.
These are just mildly irritating.
Assist me!
Understood! Not on my watch!
My duty calls.
It's my turn! Hold fast! Black Tortoise Formation! It's my turn! Arcane Gale! Ha! Now!
Too slow! Yes! Analyzing enemy unit. I got it!
Unusually large for its kind, its overwhelming sweetness shocks the nervous system and makes one drool uncontrollably.
It's my turn! This'll get a bit spicy! Fire! Here I go! Hiya! Yes! Analyzing enemy unit. Analysis complete.
Large and much more bitter than the rest of its kind, its juices work like muscle relaxants, immobilizing foes.
Let's go!
They're all weak to water.
Arcus, activate!
It's my turn. Analyzing enemy unit. I got it.
Much too big for anyone's comfort, its juices are rumored to resemble poison used in ancient Sumeria.
Yeah!
Oh, great.
My duty calls. Hiya! That is the power of Duvalie the Swift.
More like the flustered.
I did it!
She is very flustered. Divine Song became Dark Moon. I know this isn't particularly the most interesting thing to watch, but...
Give it your all.
Woo! White decoration!
Let's go! Away with you! It's my turn. See ya! Strike! Now! Use it! Follow me! Very well!
Oh, you're gonna be annoying, I know it.
What? It's my turn. Divine Shield, protect us!
Let's go. Roaring winds! Sweep them away! It's down!
There! Leave it to me. On your knees! Now!
There!
Oh my god, you need to stop doing that.
What?
You won't escape! It's down!
There!
It's my turn. Thunder Fang! Now!
There! What? Very well. Arcus, activate!
I have no idea how effective that's actually going to be. We're gonna find out. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. For God's sake, please stop. Why do you keep doing that? Oh my God! Stop!
Leave it to me.
Wind would be more effective. Okay.
It's my turn. This is the power of the soaring phoenix! Golden seal etched deep in my soul. Imbue my spear with the fury of the goddess!
And for shits and giggles, why not?
Howling heavens!
Brace yourself! Blinding light, gather in my blade! Iola's Saber!
Well, the big one's dead. So at least we won't get any more friends coming in to bother me.
Damn you!
I won't let you!
Very well. Arcus, activate! Let's go. We need to regroup.
Thunder Fang!
It's my turn.
Use this!
Let's go.
Away with you!
Leave it to me. We need to regroup. This was a waste of my time. Let's go.
Oh, shut up.
I need to keep getting better.
True Howling Heavens.
A matter of course.
And S-Break level 2 for you. Dominion Roar. Okay. Rex. Cool. Okay.
It looks scary. Watch out!
All right!
Go berserk! Infernal Hunt!
It's my turn! Set Striker! Take this!
Sure.
You're mine! It's down!
Keep it up!
Eye for an eye! Got it! You're done for! Eat this! They're off guard! Knock them senseless!
Yes!
Leave it to
Yes!
me!
Ah!
I got this. You're mine! It's down!
Keep it up! Now! Analyzing enemy unit. I got it!
Here I go! Take this! Let's get him!
Gotcha!
My turn! Ring into the night! Nocturne Bell!
Got it! Try this on for size. Crimson Gale!
No problemo.
Yay, I did it!
Blue Ontario? I'm sorry, what? War, and it's Yona and Sully. Okay, they're monitoring data for us. Cool. Okay, so the elevator to the... whatever it is, the... Okay, I can go back to Orcus Tower's thermological sector if I just really want to. There's certainly something extra here, so this was worth my time. Black Zumerian ore shard. Okay, so if I can find more of those, that's... Okay. Here's something interesting. Zephyr. These are the closest things she has to brothers, so they would be protective. How does it feel being on that end of the stick, Green? These guys are abnormally tall. There's a sub-event here between Gwen and Irina. Okay, them wishing me luck. Hey, you are. Ren.
You're heading back to the fortress, aren't you? Leaving behind your poor wife and kid to go get yourself killed.
Harsh, but not entirely untrue. My squad and I will be dispatched as soon as the shipment is sorted out. I heard about you from my wife. It's an honor to meet the young lady who saved my son's life. What's the matter? You seem fixated on my hair. Is it rare to find someone with the same color? Sorry for staring. You remind me of someone. Miss Bright, was it? Tell me, wouldn't you worry if you were forced to go off and leave your family of their own? Sure wouldn't. My father's a hypocrite. He's got a good heart, and my brother tries to act cool, but he's a big softie. Then there's my sister. If the sun sprouted legs and ran around sprouting positivity, that would be her. They do just fine without me. She's the one of the adoptive daughters of Cassius Bright. And with that hair color being the same, it makes me wonder if they're not related. Was that your...
I did what I came to do. I have no more regrets about my past. As for the future, well, that all depends on whether we can overcome the Great Twilight.
So that is her... That is a member of her family. I don't know if that's her biological brother or her biological father, but she is the adoptive daughter of Cassius Bright.
Shit! Tuh! Ha! Tuh!
Soldats, Zalvers. Enough. There's Alan. Why are you trying to stop me? The 2nd Division has finally signed off on letting me use these things. So I rushed over to tell you the good news. And this is how you respond? Do you even hear yourself, Alan? Please think about what you're saying. Can't you see that something's wrong here? It was your dream to be in the 4th. Why would you throw that away to fight on the front lines? You don't have to worry about me. With these Zalber soldats, I'll be fine. I'm happy that you came all this way to see me. But I need you to get to the Tangram Fortress. The war's not going to wait. All I ask is that you think about the bigger picture. Or are you going to stand in the way of us crushing the Republic? Alan! Looks like we made it in time. I don't know why I paused it like that. You. Thanks for coming. Well, if it isn't the traitors of Thor's. Last I heard, you were working on some pathetic scheme. Radiant Wings, was it? Did you come here to turn yourselves in? Looks like he's completely taken by the curse. Ferris and Bridget asked her for advice, do you think? I am really stunned by just how foolish you've become. The Empire has Operation Jormungand, the Imperial Fortress, at its disposal. In the face of such might, resistance is futile. If you know all that and still choose to betray our country, you deserve everything that's coming to you. Even so, I'll be merciful and not arrest you here today. It's the least I can do. Go ahead and struggle right to the bitter end. Thor's alumni. Same goes for you, fallen hero. What do you mean by that? You really are clueless, aren't you? You were the Ashen Chevalier, the hero destined to lead Erebonia to greater glory, but you betrayed us. No one is going to rely on you anymore. The Empire needs a new hero, a new symbol of hope, and I'm just the man for the job. Oh, he's delusional. Alan, isn't there something we can do for him? This misguided patriotism, not to mention his obsession with heroism, the curse really has its hooks in him. It's twisted his desire to protect Bridget into single-minded devotion. Field exercise on the road, okay. And they just happen to be here. Hey, Patrick. Oh my god, that's not who I want to talk. That's not who I want to talk to! Yeah, he's gone completely bonkers. They love meddling, oh god. They do have Panzers here. A little 3-on-3 would go pretty well. Enough! I can't believe you're being so obstinate. Get out of the way, Bridget. I can't afford to waste any more time. Alan, what are you... Who's being the obstinate here, Alan? You ought to treat a lady with a softer touch, my friend. Hey, Bridgie. Alan, been a while. Sorry it took so long. Alan, we all came here when we heard what's been happening to you. I have to say, I'm disappointed. As your friend and rival, it's my duty to tell you, all this posturing, it's pathetic. What? Look, I understand where you're coming from. You worked so hard to get into the 4th. It must have been frustrating being eclipsed by so many overachievers. Then there's the matter of Bridget's parents. They may not have outright condemned your relationship, but they didn't exactly celebrate it either. There's only so much that hard work can achieve before it really hit the wall. I have a feeling you've learned that the hard way. But you know what? I prefer seeing you frustrated. What you're doing now is just seizing power with a shortcut. You're throwing away the very work ethic that made you special. From where I'm standing, that's not progress. It looks like giving up. It wounds me to say this, but you're acting the part of the talentless commoner, and that isn't you. You're saying I'm running from my problems? How dare you? What would you know about that? About anything? Oh boy, I really pissed him off this time. Aw, am I warming the bench today? So he brought the Tachi. Looks like it got forged. Patrick can pilot a Divine Knight? That's or Divine Knight. A fucking Panzer. That makes sense, actually. That looks good to me. A 2-on-3. That makes things more
It's
difficult.
my turn!
Now! An opening!
Allow me! There! Too easy! You're mine!
Now, let's show them a thing or two. Now, let's show them a thing or two. Take this! You're mine! Take this!
Ooh, he's not wasting any time.
Leave it to me. Ha!
Allow me! Allow me!
Very well.
Let's go! There! Sit!
My turn. Yeah.
Take this! You're mine! Take this!
Allow me! Spirit!
It's my turn! Sit!
You're mine!
It's my turn.
Take this! You're mine! Take this!
Allow me! Ha!
Thanks.
I'm up! Sit! Hit your last strike!
Allow me! Ha!
Leave it to me.
God damn it.
Ha!
That should form us some healing.
Allow me!
Yeah, that's
Allow me!
what I'll have to do.
There!
Can't be.
The other two are inconsequential, let's be real.
Very well. Be restored!
It's my turn! It's down! Enlightened domination!
Allow me. There! Too easy. You're mine!
Yes! Here you go!
It's my turn! Spirit! Let's go! Tough!
Allow me. There!
Leave it to me. Spirit!
Let's go! Shit! Now! An opening!
Allow me. There! Too easy. Ha! There! You're mine!
Yes! Ha!
It's my turn! Shit! Now! Follow my lead!
My pleasure!
Get back!
There!
Starfall Slash! All right, nice work.
How could I lose? This is impossible. I can't accept this. I won't. I'll never admit defeat. I have to protect Bridget with my own two hands. Why? That's what I want to know. Why are you trying to do this all alone? Why do you always do this? Can't you just accept our help for once? This has nothing to do with class. You and I both have something we want to protect. Why can't we do that together? Alan, you're not alone in this. That frustration you feel burning within because you despise your own weakness is something I know all too well. It's something that consumed me when I became the great sacrifice for the great Twilight. I thought that I had to shoulder that burden myself. I also know what it's like to let pride get in the way of seeing yourself for who you really are. But thanks to everyone from Class 7 and the Fencing Club, I'm starting to surmount my arrogance and grow as a person. I swear all the bonds I've built together, I will bring you back to your senses. When did you get here? That's a good question. She's a weird one. She just kind of pops up in places. I like her. She's a strange one. I've been going for an hour. That's a good place to end this one. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on Trails of Cold Steel 4 as we do more side stuff and move for the final battle. We finally knocked him out of it. So whose boathouse is this anyway? They don't leave the door locked. People come and go as they please. Some kind of gem. And I guess Megalith Fall. If I could probably put that on Yuna. Huh. That's not bad. That'd be good on Muse. I'm the TheDarkSeraph signing off.